Okay, we're pretty much moved into the house. So sorry for the background where we got lights hanging down and towels stacked up, things like that, because we don't have everything done yet. Trim, we don't have vanities over there yet. But the problem we're having is in the tub. You know, if I go back and look at things I've done in the house that I wish I did differently or that I regret, is I didn't buy a higher quality tub. So this tub was about $800. Most other tubs I looked at started around $2,000. So this was quite a bit cheaper than the normal tub is for a 36-inch tub. But what we found happening is that down here in the bottom, we're seeing this crack forming. And right below this area here, see it runs off in this direction. Sorry, the tub hasn't been cleaned yet this week. There's this crack. So that is right below where the support is underneath the tub. When you're standing in it, we noticed it was fine for about a month or so, and then you start to be able to feel a little bit of rocking in it. Then that crack formed. Now it pops when you get in there. So my solution to seal this up or to get it solid underneath is going to be to spray high density closed cell foam in it. So I can get to underneath the tub in four ways. I could drill some holes here, spray foam in that way. I could come to the back side, cut an opening in here, spray foam in that way. I could go from underneath in the pump room, cut holes in the floor and spray up this way. Or I can go to the outside and then drill holes and then spray in from the outside. I think the safest solution is going to be to go from the outside, because if I have any overspray or things like that, it'll be outside and not in here. The warning I was given, though, from the manufacturer I bought it from was that this is high density. It will expand. It could potentially actually push the tub up from the bottom. I told them exactly what I was doing. They said it should work. It'll harden like a rock. But if I get too much foam in there, it can actually crack the tub from below. It could push it up from the bottom and then really cause some damage. I have to replace the tub at that point. And this should only take maybe an hour, I'm thinking, to do this. Of course, it's 100 degrees outside, so it's going to suck. But then hopefully by tonight, the shower will be all shored up and solid and good to go. I am here on the outside, though, in case this seam here, if any foam hits that, it could actually expand up underneath. So what I am going to do is go ahead and get some tape and maybe some paper out here and tape over this seam. Probably tape up the wall or up the tub and then out on the floor a little bit. So in case any foam does get through, it doesn't cause any damage to our flooring, is the idea anyways. And it is hot. So like I said earlier, it's only going to be an hour to get this done. Well, it's probably going to take me more than that, just get everything set up, and it's probably going to take me only 5 minutes to spray. So I went ahead and got scaffolding up and brought the lift out so I can get to the other side. Now I just got to measure down to what the floor level is and then drill my holes. I got the first hole drilled on the inside. So there's some of what I tried to do to support it. There's probably good 4 inches underneath there. You can also see the light through the side there, which is what I want to seal up. So when I spray the foam, it's not going to seep out through there. Got 3 holes drilled on this side. I won't even have to use this one because this one actually ends up right where, I'll turn the light on here in a minute, but it ends up where the spout is at, or where the plumbing is. And right up there, there's a dang big old wasp nest that came down and buzzed me. So although I'm allergic to bees, wasp sting is not the same as a bee sting. It's a different formula. One's an acid and one's a base, if I remember correctly. Okay, so looking in there, you can see the plumbing. I definitely do not want to encapsulate that. I'll never be able to fix it. I'm going to try and pull out as much of that styrofoam as I can. Pull out as much of the styrofoam that I crammed up in there out, and then foam everything. Hope it'll work. I can come out and I'll foam this so it fills back in, and then cover it up with some of the zip tape, and it should be fine. Somebody may be asking why I didn't just put mortar underneath this, and the reason being is that's up probably over 4 inches or so, and the instructions didn't call for mortar. So you can see it has these braces there. I even shimmed the braces. There's another brace right there that are on the ground resting where they're supposed to. That's the only thing it said to have in there. So anyways, now I'm going to go through and I'm going to vacuum all that out, because I don't know how spray foam is going to interact with that regular foam that's in there. I'm going to vacuum out as much as I can. There's one big piece that I can't get out. I may try to get a bigger stick because the one that I had broke. Try and break that apart, and then vacuum it out, and we'll be shooting some foam. Okay, so the foam I'm going to be using, it is from Foam It Green. This is Foam 202 HD, stands for high density. So I've gone ahead and followed the instructions, got my A hose hooked up to the green, my B hose hooked up to the white. The temperature gauge, there's those squares there, it's kind of hard to see on the camera, but they're in the green. I went ahead and put petroleum jelly on my tip here, where these two connect. So got those are some bee gloves I'm going to use, because they did not protect me last time when I was working on the bees. I don't really like those, so I'm going to use those. They get dirty, it's fine. And then here's a bag full of extra tips and a fan and petroleum jelly. So I've got to shake those for a minute, and then I'm going to get up there, spray a test spray into the trash can, and make sure everything looks the right color. It should be a green color, and then check the consistency. I've got to wait a little bit to make sure the consistency is good, which means I'm going to waste a tip just doing that. So I'll be down from 10 to 9 tips, and then I'm going to go ahead and spray one layer inside. You're not supposed to spray more than an inch at a time. It's supposed to expand 2 to 3 times the amount you spray, so I really don't know what to expect until I start spraying. Never used this before. So I'll get one shot in there along the seam of the tub first, down by the floor, kind of with a light coat, and then let that harden, and then anything I spray after that should not get through that crack. And then we should be good to go. Now he's got it all taped up on the inside, so it shouldn't be an issue there. And then hopefully I can get through not using any more than 5 tips, because I want to be able to spray into the girls' shower as well. I can use the remainder of the tips for that one. If I screw it up, I got to order new tips and hope they'll get here in time before my container's no good. It's supposed to be good for 30 days, so we shall see. No turning back now. When I first spray, I'm going to see if that definitely expanded about 3 times. Already seems to be hard. Maybe I can not waste a barrel. Oh, I'm not gonna be able to get this in there. Cut that handle off so I can get up in there. Definitely gonna waste a nozzle doing that. So in order to get this handle through, I gotta cut off the end. Easy enough.
Get anywhere?
Right there. Yep. I don't really know if I need that.
Sure.
I'll bring it up and I'll spray a couple times. If it comes back at me, then I'll need it.
Killed a big fat brown recluse spider. It was wrapped up in a piece of fabric that was in one of my dressers. So that kind of stuff gets hard?
Huh?
That stuff gets hard?
Yep.
Okay, I'm going in.
Alright, I'd say that went pretty good. Everything pretty well filled up. And see, left that part open where the things are. I discovered that as long as every now and then I do that, I don't gotta change the nozzle, and then I can move around, and seems to work pretty good. Okay, I'm now back behind under the girl shower. Try and get these foam pieces out. Even the ones under the tub, they were really in there pretty good. Want to foam up in there so I don't have the same problem like I did in our shower. My ideal.
Getting your workout today. You are getting an ab workout. It's a very tight space.
I went ahead and took out all the supports that I had tried to get in there. And now I just got to crawl back in there and foam underneath it and hope everything goes okay. Went ahead and changed my tip out. Got everything vacuumed up, everything cleaned out under there. So I just got to foam it.
Don't mess up. I think you need to roll over one more time.
Okay, so I'm pretty well filled in under there. My only concern is I really don't know how far underneath everything got. Oh, sorry for being bumpy. Well, they're pretty tight though, so I just don't know how far the spray went underneath it. So hope it got in far enough and we got good enough coverage. It's pretty solid. Well, I guess I could shoot some up in there. Okay, here's the inside. Where now they put some tape down. So first you put tape on the floor, then tape on the side, the tub, and then tape down the seam. The reason why it was done that way is that if you put the corner first and it pushed up, it would fold over onto the flooring. So putting a layer down here, and then an angled piece to cover it seemed to work out pretty good. And she did say this was kind of warm. I don't feel it warm here, but inside the tub, you definitely feel it's a bit warmer. The chemical reaction is taking place. But this seemed to work pretty good. There's no blow arounds there, so I'd say that was a success. And I got the girls' shower done too, so hopefully I got enough foam in there. Everything will be okay. Hopefully that works. Just gotta seal up my holes on the outside and they'll be done. Real quick, I peeled the tape off and you can see these little bits where the foam was trying to come through. Right there. So I'm trying to peek through right there. So worked out pretty good. Again, I shot a really light layer along this edge, let it expand, and I shot the heavy coat behind it, and that seemed to work out exactly like I wanted to. So I've still got to put caulking along that seam, and I'll probably put a little trim piece, wait till my side pieces are on, that I can run a trim piece across, cover up where I had to cut that back a little bit. Okay, I'm just sealing up all the holes on the outside, and I used the little vibrating saw. I'm not really sure what to call them, but anyways, it cut really good through that closed cell foam. It's very hard. I mean, you can't even squish with your fingers, so I'm glad I got the high density stuff. It's pretty tough. Honestly, I've never used regular closed cell foam, so I know it's pretty tight itself, but anyways, I went ahead. I got the foam that was protruding out cut off, and then just slapped some zip tape over my holes. One thing, if you guys have been watching this for a while, you know that we had a heck of a time with the zip tape when we did the roof, with leaks, with it bubbling, just all sorts of issues. But this has been on here, boy, close to a year now. I had to go back to the videos, but I bet we're getting close to probably between 10 and 12 months, and this still looks just fine. There are no bubblings. It's not mushy or stretchy like it was on the ceiling or on the roof. It's just been holding up really good. So I'm sure, as you know, we are way beyond the warranty on the sheeting. Kind of knew that was going to happen with COVID and everything else, and with price materials going through the roof. We just decided we're going to wait. I'll be watching the sheeting, and I don't see any bubbling. I don't see any sign of damages. I don't see any problems with it at all. It's held up very, very well, so I'm happy with that. The only issues we had with it was just on the roof, but I haven't seen any swelling at the seams, down on the bottom, nothing. It's been good, so I'm honestly not too worried about it. Even the liquid flashing we put up there, it's still rubbery to the touch. And the zip flashing also, I have that in a couple of spots. That's also still pretty malleable, pretty rubbery. You can see I got some of the zip stuff there. Around that pipe is the I can't remember, prosecute stuff. I can't remember what it's called. Anyways, it's still both very malleable and very good to go. So it's held up remarkably well. So hopefully that will solve our issue with the tub. I got the girls foamed underneath. I got our foamed underneath. We will probably be taking showers tonight at some point, I'm sure. And we'll see how well it works. But I think we'll be good now. So I'll do a quick update on our tub. So I just got done taking a shower. And I know.
I gotta take a shower. I gotta take a shower.
Getting there. I'm not going to show all that mess over there. Just got done taking a shower real quick after the spray foam underneath, and that tub is solid. I didn't realize how much it actually moved and flexed a little bit when we were taking a shower, but it is solid as a rock now. It's a world of difference. So the cost for the foam was about $400. I remember when I was talking to the guy, he said, well, $400 is pretty expensive. I said, well, it's a lot cheaper than ripping the whole thing out and starting over. So if your tub's sagging or got a crack in it, that's definitely the way to go.